I don't want my dream vacations to stay dreams. I want them to be reality. So in this video, I'm talking about how I'm moving from a dream vacation to a reality vacation and how you can too. Welcome, I'm Lena, and today I am breaking down step by step how we are budgeting and planning for our next big vacation. So whether you are interested in going to Disneyland like us, or perhaps you want to go to Disney World, or are there other good locations to go on vacation? I don't even know. Whatever your vacation location might be, this video is going to help you figure out how you're going to get there and how you're going to save in advance for that exciting vacation. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I make videos about money from home. So sometimes I'm talking about frugal habits, and sometimes I'm talking about my crazy receipt organizing system. Come and be a part of the community by hitting that subscribe button. So first off, you need to figure out when you want to take this trip. And this really affects the price of your trip and how much money you need to save for your trip. So maybe you're people that love going to Disneyland when there's lots of other people. Maybe you want to hit a holiday like Halloween or Christmas. But for us, we want to go in the least busiest season possible. So I am looking at crowd calendars. If you haven't discovered crowd calendars yet, let me show you. So if you just Google Disneyland crowd calendar and click on one of the options, I think all the options are probably just fine, but the option I clicked on was Magic Guides, and it has this color-coded calendar with green being light crowds and red being heavy crowds. And if you're like me and you really want to aim for that green, so since I want to hit all blue, and I'm thinking I'd love to go and be in Disneyland for about 4 days or so. This first week looks pretty good. We have Monday and Friday being blue. This second week is not so good. I'm seeing some yellow, especially for Disneyland. They have the parks separated on this one, kind of cool. But I am checking out this third week. We have mostly green all during the week and just a little bit of blue, but not that bad. So I'm thinking, yes, I think this would be a good week. So I've decided I want to go to Disneyland during the week of October 23rd. So now we got to figure out how much is this going to cost us. Okay, so I'm thinking about 4 things when I'm thinking about how much is this going to cost. I'm thinking about flights, I'm thinking about park tickets, I'm thinking about housing, and I'm thinking about food. Okay, I'm thinking about how much are these plane tickets going to cost us. I am looking at Alaskan Airlines for my tickets. I've chosen to go from Seattle to Orange County. This is the closest airport to Disneyland, so that's why I chose that. I put in my dates of October. I put how many people. Okay, I am choosing the Saver option because I want this to be the least expensive possible. And I also know that we cannot make a flight that will leave at 7 a.m. That's just too much with 2 little kids. So I'm going to pick this one right here, which is slightly more expensive, and it leaves at $10.50. The day of the week that you choose to fly on also affects your price, so you could play around with that also. So I'm picking flights that don't take off too early because those are going to be more expensive, but I know that that is what's really reasonable for our family with 2 little kids. Okay, I'm confirming that I've got my 4 passengers. I've got round trip tickets for all 4 of us for $741. Next up is park tickets. So right now you have to book what days you want for Disney, and so you got to do that in advance and reserve those specific days. So keep that in mind as you're doing this. You get the best price if you do 5 days in a row, but we're just going to do 4 days at Disneyland. So from $90 a day. I've got 2 adults and I've got 1 child that will be from the age of 3 to 9. I really am into these park hopper tickets because then you can just go wherever you want, whenever you want. So I'm going to go with that. So October is too far out for the Disney calendar for us to reserve right now. So we are just assuming that it would be open because they're only booking through mid-July at this point. But I do have this subtotal right here, which is $1,240. So another thing to consider when thinking about your Disney tickets is the new Fast Pass system, which is $20 per person per day. So you might consider whether or not you're going to want to do that, or you want to wait in the lines for a lot longer. So you get to reserve a time on your phone, and it's all done through an app, which is super handy, but that does add to the cost of your trip. So if we bought those Fast Pass replacement tickets at $20 per person per day, that would add $240 to our total. Next up is housing. If you're anything like me, you will start at Airbnb. We love doing Airbnb because we like cooking when we're on vacation, partly because of my food allergies and partly because it saves a lot of money. So I'm looking at Airbnbs. I put in my dates. I put in how many people I think we're going to stay with us. And I'm picking something middle of the road. These are all estimations because we need to start saving before we can start booking. Okay, so I found this lovely house. It accommodates 10 guests. It has 4 bedrooms, which would be super nice. Meets all our needs. I put it in for 5 nights because we would arrive the day before we start going to Disneyland. So we're looking at a total before taxes of $25.41, and I'm assuming that my parents might be able to spring for half of that. So that would put each of us at $12.70 for the housing. Next cost to think about is food. So like I was mentioning before, I've got a bunch of food allergies, so we end up cooking everything. So it really depends on what kind of food you're planning. So I've planned the least expensive kind of food, and that's the kind of food that you make yourself. So I'm assuming that the food at Disney is going to be more expensive than normal because we're going to want some fun things. Maybe we'll get something in the park once in a while, but our main nutrients will be from food that we made ourselves. So I'm going to put down $400 for food just to be generous. And this $400 allows for probably one night out, some fun snacks, and all of our normal food. Now, I do want to leave a little bit of wiggle room for random. What about the Uber from the airport to our Airbnb? What if we forget something and we have to replace someone's swimsuit or buy someone a hat or whatever it is? And of course, it's going to be way more expensive because you're there. So I'm going to do $300 of random extra buffer. So adding all these numbers up, this comes out to $41.91. And I'm going to round up to $4,200 just for good measure. So next is to divide your cost by how many months you have until your trip. So if it's March right now and you're going in October, you have 6 months to save for this vacation. So when you divide $4,200 by 6 months, you get $700. So that means you need to save $700 each month. And that's not chump change. So if you're thinking about this now and you're like, with our income right now and how food prices are rising, I don't think we can save that much. You might think about when is another great window for you guys to go to Disney that's farther away. Maybe you could move your trip to January or February or May next year so that you could bring that monthly savings requirement down. So now that you have figured out how much you need to save each month, now you've got to track it. So my favorite tracking method that you may have heard of before is Debt-Free Charts. So Debt-Free Charts is an awesome website where you can inexpensively download these charts that she has designed and use them to track your money goals. So the ones for debt payoff right now are free, but the ones that are not for debt payoff are a little bit of money, but it's very minimal. So we have bought some charts from here and it's been so helpful because you need to get motivated on your savings plan. Okay, so I just went in and I typed into the search bar Disney because she has some Disney themed charts, which is so cool. So here's a basic one with the Mickey ears. It's $1.50. It will be totally worth it. I like things that look a little bit fancier, and this little Disney one with the little path is super cute. She also has this 100 Doodles Till Disney, and this one's $2. So cute. I'm not going to show you all the options on her website. You'll have to go and explore for yourself, and I'll leave that link down in the description for you. Now that you have figured out how much you need to save each month and you have your chart all ready, it's time to start saving. If you need some ideas about how to help you save a little bit more money, check out some of my other money saving videos. Let me know down in the comments where you want to vacation next. Please hit that like button. It really helps out the video. Also, come and be a part of the community by hitting that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me. See you in the next one. Bye for now.